I know you just dropped your project recently. I was at the listening party. Forever Hold Your Peace. What went into the naming of that project, and what was the recording process like?
Man, Forever Hold Your Peace.
That's a fire name, by the way.
Oh, appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I think that the line of like "Speak Now, Forever Hold Your Peace" was like the critical. Like, I mean, that's like the main portion of it. Of like, this is the like final moment, right? Like in those movies, like "Speak Now, Forever," somebody bust through the door, like type shit. But Forever Hold Your Peace for real. Like that's kind of like the statement. But you know, the album represents like a love story, and so. Not to get all like, you know, simpy, but you know what I mean, falling in love is one of those things where you know, it's hard and it, you know, it goes one way or another sometimes. And so the beginning of the project starts on this, you know, high level of a relationship at its peak where, you know, the honeymoon stage is integrated within, and then from there at the end it unfortunately comes to the end. So yeah, Forever Hold Your Peace is really that represents that. And you know, initially when we came up with the title, it had a larger scheme to it, and I wanted to like do like triple, double entendres around that. Like, what does peace mean to everybody? Like, the idea of peace is this, you know, that can, you know, mean so many different things for people. So, but when I got into it and started to record it more, I just kind of fell in love with the story of just like what, especially being young, like what love looks like. You know, and especially it's like it's contrast to what's going on now. You know, I think trying to make a love album in today's climate isn't like normal. Like, I don't think people are trying to fall in love right now, folks, as we outside. You know, I can only respect that. But I was like, I was really in that moment of like, man, I just felt like it was needed, and it was just a perspective. So.
All right, I'm gonna A&R real quick. Please, if you do drop a deluxe for that project, do audio commentary breaking down each track, because like you have a good storytelling voice.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. Nah, actually, it's crazy. That was a content idea of like going through and creating like each song and really explaining it, because a lot of it is very there's hidden messages for sure, and you know, I love those like Easter egg moments, and you know. Like Kendrick's one of my favorite artists, and that's like his brand at this point. You know what I mean? Of like, oh, he meant to say this, but said this.
He was really talking to God right here.
Yeah. I love that shit though. Like, I'm talking shit about it, but that's for real. Like, that's dope. Whereas, you know, the depth within shit. But yeah, that's kind of where the project kind of came from.
Where? How long was the recording process?
Oh, bro, we finished that project.
When'd you start it?
This time last year, and finished it early this past summer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn, you've been sitting on that long?
Yeah. And that's another like a thing like where I didn't I mean, it's like realizing like the energy that goes into putting out a project properly. Like, I could have put it out and whatnot and just like dropped it and be like, hey, tap the link in my bio.
Unrelated, you know this fool, he had me in a damn video without my consent.
Oh, bro.
Well, hold on, pause. That sounded crazy.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. You putting me in a spot right now. On camera? That's crazy.
Damn. No, we was all kicking it on my roof or whatever. And you just bought a camera. A VHS camera.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we went from just playing games and it was like a random link up. And then a whole bunch of people would just start pulling up to my crib. And we walked to this bar. I look up like a week later. All of a sudden, it's like this promo clip going on. I'm like, hold up. Why do I... What?
The homies are consenting to the content. There's no other way around it. Like, you know, homie, like,
I agree.
You're gonna be in some content.
No,
like,
I agree. That shit was fire though. I lucky wish we would have did something like that for Cabo, but you know.
Oh man, that shit would have been crazy. Things.
Bro, you were in Cabo?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I made the cut.
Hey, when we interview him, you gotta come on, and you gonna be one, and we go. All right, Cabo, that's crazy.
I don't think Tay want to talk about it, Cabo.
You had a good time.
Yeah, I agree. Nobody enjoyed that trip more than me.
We know. We know.
Had a great time.
We'll keep it. Yeah, I'll stall you out. I'll stall you out.
Hey, he's a W friend. See how he pivoted. See how he pivoted. But we, the viewer,
and make sure you take care of your mental health. Get a massage when needed.
Hey, we didn't say it.
Tip a little extra.
Yeah.
Whoa.
whichever way.
Okay. On a lighter note, one of the things I really appreciated about the album, because knowing that I had you on, I had to go back, re-listen to it, and one of the things that kind of like caught my attention, because you actually kind of answered that question, what was like crazy to me when you were talking to Tay, where your single Vent, right? Yeah. In the time, in the day and age where you're like forever hold your peace and venting, and I'm just curious, like, how do you think venting, is establishing peace?
Oh, bro, it's you definitely need it, bro. You got that energy. You got like, I don't want to be like the energy guy, but for real, you gotta let that energy out, especially if you like going through whatever. So, venting, I think for me, I'm getting better at that. I'm not the type to vent all the time though. I'll say I'm your, as a kid, get up, son, what you crying for? Like, you know what I mean? Growing up in that way. So a lot of times you just take in whatever you kind of feeling at that moment and just accept it. But as I'm getting older, it's like, learning to finding ways that are healthy to vent, and music for me is part of that. But finding ways to vocalize certain things.
So I really actually appreciate you saying that, because like when we kind of get in this day and age of like, when we look at like anger, like I think it's like a buzzword where people, if someone's angry, that like it's a bad thing, and there has to be music and explanations of these complex emotions where it's not bad that you're getting angry, it's how you're demonstrating and showing that. So I liked hearing just like how if I can just say it as like how the song and just how it was presented, where I'm like, I feel comfortable to vent this emotion, and it just felt like an open space. So I was like, I really appreciate that, because I was like, damn, I think I missed that shit. I think I missed like the purpose of it. Like I got the Easter egg, if I'm being honest with you. I was like, forever hold peace, vent. I was like, that's the fucking thing.
Yeah, and it's really like that moment in that song is like, specifically of speaking to like when you enter somebody's life and you realize that you really like did some good shit for them.
Yes.
And they don't really acknowledge it. It's like the elephant in the room that nobody wants to speak on, where it's like, wait, time out, I'm not tripping. I'm actually like bringing that value. I'm uplifting you. I'm showing you how to level up, but okay, now I'm the bad guy. It's like that type of, okay, so how do you process that in real time?
I think I just felt that because I think I went through a lot of that. I upgraded a lot of people. Yeah. But from that's another podcast in itself. Yeah. Now I do have a question. Huh?
Nothing.
Michael Vick says what? My next question is just like more of a follow-up, when it comes to the inspiration of the album, because I was just curious, did sobriety had any place when it comes to the album?
Bro, I was fucked up the whole album.
Really?
Yeah, no. I recently just got on like no alcohol out, at that time for sure it's just raw emotion. And even now, I'm just recently starting to like not drink, but at that time I was for sure, that was part of the process, like the writing process. I gotta have my little Pinot Gris with my little, whatever, chill out, few drinks, whatever, get me in my good spot, and then I'll be able to like properly record. That was the mindset. Now it's like retooling that and reshaping that approach. But nah, that whole time, bro, I was probably in my, I'm not gonna say darkest moments, but it was for sure not like as clear as I am today. You know what I mean?
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, bro. Yeah.
So I'm curious, what are the future plans after this project now?
Yeah, more projects, more albums, more songs, just more content, more like intentional content, like where, narrative based, where it's not just, a music video. There's like a almost short film esque to it, and having, songs that can really be visualized. And outside of music, I think for me, I'm going to get more into that, where becoming more of like a, in the creative direction, like position, where I'm able to work on projects and like, really lend my eye or my outlook on something and work with brands
Yeah.
and like low key using my music as like the what is it called, like the proof of concept. Like I can
Okay.
I can
fire.
bring an idea to life based off of these parameters, these type of whatever, and create a product that hopefully sells, right?
Yeah.
And so
So even
what
if
my
it's not
brand-
necessarily music related, you like to work with brands in that
Oh, for
regard,
sure.
like more like the marketing side, right?
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
bring those worlds together.
Yeah.
You know, I think the Kanyes, the Pharrells, the Tylers, the
Yeah.
you know, the upper echelon creatives, to me, those are the people that do it, and that's what I aspire to be. You know, at some point, you know. So yeah, that's the next things down the line. But yeah, music wise, continue to push more songs. Like I think right now I'm in a space of, you know, putting out a project took a lot of time, and it took a lot of focus to bring it together, right?
Yeah.
I think now I just want to get to a point where I'm able to be more flexible in that way, where I'm putting out songs quicker and just being able to like just, you know, feed the streets.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
some ways, you know what I mean?
I like it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And with that is our last commercial break.
Yeah.